The story begins with a girl named Jayong, who suddenly wakes up from her sleep because a small bubble bursts on her forehead. She hears some strange sounds. When she looks out the door, she sees her sister, In-yong, in the hallway. But she isn't walking normally. She's limping and spinning. From a distance, it looks terrifying. Jayong gets scared, thinking it's some kind of demon or other entity. But even after realizing it's her sister, she still isn't at ease. Because her sister suddenly attacks her in a horrifying way, In-yong jumps on top of her and starts strangling her while laughing in a strange, creepy way. Jayong struggles and suddenly wakes up from her sleep. Then she realizes it was just a bad dream. We see that her stepsister is trying to calm her down. Soon, we also find out that Jayong is a member of a supernatural club. She talks to her friends on a video call. Their leader is a boy named Jiho. Jiho is very excited about a YouTube contest where the winner will get $50,000. They plan to make a fake horror documentary in which they'll pretend to summon a dangerous ritual or entity. For this, they decide to go to an abandoned building. There are already many stories about this place, that whoever goes into this building disappears. Some of the friends are unsure if they should really do this or not. But for the sake of money, everyone agrees. Ji-yong also invites her stepsister. She's a little scared, but still agrees because of Ji-yong. And that's how their group is completed. They arrive at the location, the basement of an old building. The place looks terrifying. In the middle of the room, there's a huge tank filled with black, dirty water. Jiho tells them the history of this old tank. Water used to be processed here in ancient times. It's believed that many souls are trapped in this reservoir. He says the water isn't deep, but because of those souls, it looks bow. They're supposed to make a fake video, but they don't want the viewers to know that. To make the footage look more authentic, Jiho says he'll write down some questions on paper, questions he wants to ask the spirits. Everyone agrees, but something else is going on in Jayong's mind. She tells everyone that before making a fake video, they should try the real ritual once. The truth is the truth, she says. If we actually capture something on camera, we'll win the contest no matter what. If the ritual fails, then there's no problem. They'll continue making the fake video based on their original plan. Jiho agrees. Jayong starts preparing for the ritual. They also need someone to serve as a vessel, a person through whom the spirit can communicate. Jayong's sister volunteers to be the vessel. Seeing her sister volunteer, Jayong feels touched and gives her a chain to wear around her ankle. In-yong smiles and hugs Jayong happily. It's the first time Jayong has ever given her a gift. Now, the ritual begins. They draw a large star on the floor and sit at each corner. Jayong stands in the middle of the black water and covers her sister's face with a paper bag. Then, everyone takes a bowl of water from the dirty tank and keeps it beside them. The rules of the ritual are strict. To complete the ritual, they must summon the soul inside the circle. After that, they have to remove the bag from Jayong's sister's face. During this time, no one is allowed to leave the ritual star. At first, nothing happens. Everyone gets bored and starts writing down that the ritual has failed. But then, suddenly, a bubble bursts on Sivo's head. The sound of tapping echoes through the room. The lights flicker, and Sivo's body starts twisting unnaturally, as if his bones are breaking. The paper bag on his face gets wet, and he rips it open. His eyes have completely changed. They've turned pitch black, meaning he's possessed. He raises his hand in a strange way, and as his hand moves, it points one by one toward everyone. On the papers they had written their questions on, which were placed in their water bowls, answers start appearing. The answers are either right or wrong. Jaeyoung and Jiho's answers are both right, while two people's answers are wrong. There's only one person whose answer says flower. They aren't too scared yet, but when Sivo starts speaking in a deep, terrifying voice, everyone freezes. He starts counting. 662, 663, 664, and as soon as he reaches 666, he screams in a horrifying tone and lunges at Jaeyoung. But he can't get out of the tank. It's as if something is holding his legs underwater. Suddenly, the lights go out and everything turns dark. When Jiho switches his camera to night vision, he sees Sivo walking in the water, just like Jaeyoung's sister was walking in her dream. Everyone panics and rushes to save him. They pull Sivo out of the tank. He's unconscious. On his feet, they notice a strange mark, like a tattoo. Everyone freaks out, realizing that the ritual actually worked. Jiho gets excited instead of scared. He wants to upload the video, saying nothing like this has ever happened before. But his friends scold him, shouting, "Your poor friend is in danger, and you're thinking about uploading a video? Call the police immediately." As soon as Jiho tries to call the police, the signal goes out. That makes them even more terrified, and they try to run away, but the door is locked. They tried breaking the door with baseball bats and other tools, but it doesn't move at all. The fear intensifies when another girl suddenly becomes possessed. Her body starts twisting unnaturally, and she begins slamming her head against the door, bleeding heavily. She picks up a baseball bat, and everyone tells her to stop. But when she doesn't listen, they think she's going to kill Sivo, who they believe is the vessel. To save him, the others try to stop her. In the chaos, Jiho grabs the baseball bat and hits her on the head. The girl dies instantly. Everyone stares at Jiho in shock. Jiho insists he didn't mean to kill her, but one of his friends realizes he's lying. He finds the question that the dead girl had written to ask the soul, "Will I be able to save myself from Jiho?" And the answer was no. The secret behind this question soon becomes clear. The girl had been having an affair with her teacher, and when Jiho found out, he secretly filmed them and started blackmailing her. When the girl got tired of his threats, she turned the tables and started blackmailing Jiho instead. She told him, "I have the video you made and all our chats. I'm going to the police and filing a complaint against you. They'll delete my video and you'll be the one who gets caught." Since that day, Jiho had been obsessed with her. The scene returns to the present, where Jiho is trying to convince everyone that he's innocent. Suddenly, the lights in the place go out, and Jiho disappears into the darkness. When the lights come back on, Jiho is sitting with a knife, looking completely deranged. Without warning, he attacks one of his friends. The others manage to save their friend and tie Jiho up with a rope. They wonder why everyone is getting possessed when they only performed the ritual once. Jaeyoung starts reading the ritual book again and realizes they made a huge mistake. They didn't finish the ritual properly. They broke one of the main rules. They never asked the soul to leave. They decide that to save their friend, they have to perform the ritual again. But now there's a new problem. Jaeyoung's sister is dead because of the earlier attack. They place her body inside the circle, and suddenly, she comes back to life. As soon as she awakens, she points toward the dead body of the girl who killed her, and then toward the others. At first, it seems like everything is getting better. The ritual is proceeding exactly as it should. The spirit points to each person in turn, and everyone begins leaving the circle according to the rules. Suddenly, all their phones start ringing. The signal has returned. They cheer up, realizing they can finally call the police. They start dialing for help, and the boy who was just saved from Jiho's attack sends a message to Jaeyoung. Jaeyoung and the boy feel relieved, thinking their nightmare is almost over. But they don't realize that their worst time is about to begin. All the candles and lights suddenly go out. When the light flickers back on, Jiho has slit his wrists. In a trance-like possessed state, he gets up and cuts his own throat with the knife. Now they realize the horrifying truth. Everyone who asked a question during the ritual dies as soon as their prophecy comes true. Jiho had asked, "Will my video get 1 million views?" When his friend checks Jiho's phone, he sees that the video really has 1 million views. It's gone viral, and as soon as the prophecy is fulfilled, Jiho dies. Now panic takes over. They finally understand that when their prophecies come true, they will all die. The girl whose answer was flower runs to the door, screaming for help. Suddenly, an invisible force slashes her throat. After her throat is cut, that same unseen entity throws her body into the water tank. The others try to save her, but the entity keeps her head submerged. They can't pull her out, and when they finally see her head, the word funeral is carved onto it. Along with a flower symbol, the prophecy of the funeral flower comes true. She dies instantly. Now, only 2 people are left. Dong, who had messaged Jaeyoung, and Jaeyoung herself. Jaeyoung's sister's body is still there, but they don't know if she's dead or alive, or perhaps just unconscious after being resurrected. The 2 remaining survivors are terrified and decide to escape. As they search for a way out, they discover a secret door that opens into another chamber. Inside, they find a cloth with a large pearl sewn into it. Behind it, they see a rule written on the wall. When 5 prophecies are fulfilled, a body will be found here. Jaeyoung realizes what that means. The body refers to a human sacrifice. She understands that only one of them will survive. Either she will live or her friend will. Dong already seems mentally prepared for this. He isn't scared at all. And then Jaeyoung kills her own friend. Here comes the biggest twist. We learn that Jaeyoung had planned all of this from the very beginning. Jaeyoung's younger sister, In-young, had died, just like in her dream. Jaeyoung loved her deeply, and after her death, she broke down completely. Her father never cared for her. He remarried, and Jaeyoung got a stepsister. But she never loved her stepsister. She only wanted to bring back her real sister. That's when she discovered this ritual. She learned that it could bring her sister's soul back into the world, but it required 5 human sacrifices. After killing 5 people, she finally gets her sister back, or so she thinks. But then comes the final twist. Her sister's soul suddenly turns demonic. It wasn't her sister's spirit at all, but a demon that had been deceiving her all along. The demon says to Jaeyoung, "Your friends are asking why you killed them." Jaeyoung is confused, and the demon laughs, saying, "Thank you for saving me from hell. I was waiting for someone to fall into my trap and complete the ritual." As soon as the demon says this, it grabs Jaeyoung by the neck. Jaeyoung realizes she's been tricked, that she's committed unforgivable sins against her own friends. Finally, the demon strangles her, kills her, and traps her soul in the same black water where the ritual began. At this moment, we learn what her question had been. Will I be able to see my sister again? The answer was yes. In the end, she does see her sister's reflection in a bubble, just before she dies. In the post-credit scene, we see the video recorded before the ritual. Everyone is happy, sharing their dreams. Jiho says he wants to be a star. Jae-young says she just wants to be happy. Suho wishes for his sister's happiness, saying, "I want to keep my sister happy." Everyone is laughing and excited, but this one wrong step ends up killing them all. And with that tragic ending, the movie comes to a close.